Hey y'all, it's Courtney and I am back with another video. And for you guys, well, most of you already know, this goes without saying, I've already said it a million times. You guys know I've been in a funk here lately. And it's just been, frustrated and irritable and all that kind of stuff. And I've just been in a bad mood. Not really in a bad mood, but just easier to get in a bad mood. You know what I mean? Like, usually stuff just rolls right off my back, and I don't let a whole lot bother me, but it just seems like recently the smallest things will piss me off, and I know why that is. You guys know why that is. When you're going through something, it's things that usually wouldn't bother you are like breaking the camel's back all of a sudden, because you already are, dealing with other things. So you can't hold anything else, and then when that something else happens, you just explode. So anyways, I've wanted to make a video like this for a while, or make a series like this for a while. But today's the day. Today I have enough things to bitch about to fill up a whole video. I mean, I always have enough things to bitch about to fill up a whole video, but today is the day where I'm going to act on it. And so, what I want to do with this video is not just me bitch. I don't want to just bitch and you guys listen. The whole plot of this, or the whole idea of this, is I'm going to call it First World Problems, because it's just stupid little small things that aren't big enough of a deal to make a whole video about it, but aren't small enough to have not mattered. Like, obviously, if I'm telling you it mattered, it pissed me off, but it wasn't big enough of a deal to make a whole video about. And it's mostly trivial things. Nobody, well, I almost said nobody just died, but, it's about small little petty shit that pisses you off. So I don't want to just participate in this, though. No. I want you guys, after the video, or while I'm talking, it doesn't matter. You don't even have to listen to me talk. You can just go down in the comments and leave whatever pissed you off for the day. So when I do one of these, that's the idea. I want you guys, it doesn't even have to be in that day. It can be something that happened last week. It can be whatever you want to talk about. I want you guys to go down in my comments and tell me what your first world problem of the day is, or the week, or the month, or whatever. What's irritating you? What's on your mind? What's bothering you? Because sometimes all we need to get something off, for something to kind of get out of the back of our head, and like something's pissing us off, like, hey, don't forget about me, I'm still here. Sometimes all we need to do is vent, or talk about it, or tell somebody, and it helps a lot. So I don't want to just make this me getting everything off my chest. I want you guys to get something out of it too. So think about it. Use your noodle here. What's pissing you off? Let me know. So the first thing I want to talk about is my daughter's bus schedule. I've been talking about this all year, but it has come to things have come to a head. I've been trying really hard for her to not miss any more school, because at the beginning of the year we had a rough start. She wasn't wanting to go. She was crying and screaming because she didn't want to leave me every day. And then I finally got her wanting to go and not screaming for the whole hour she's awake before she goes to school. And now, instead of her whining all morning, I just get her up like 15 minutes before she's ready to go, brush her hair, brush her teeth, let her go to the potty, get her dressed, out the door. Because she is a little cranky first thing in the morning, until we get outside. Once we start walking, she's golden. But, so yesterday, her bus comes anywhere from 8:06 to 8:08. Right there in that little sweet spot. So, and this shit keeps happening. This is not just like a one-time thing and I blew up about it. This has continuously happened. So not only on top of her being sick multiple times this year already, the bus has made her miss school multiple times. Like, multiple, not as in like 2 or 3 times, multiple as in like 6 or 7 times. She's missed school because this fucking bus. And foreshadowing right now, I just want to say it's not the bus driver. I found this out. I had been blaming this poor bus driver this whole time. I'll tell you in a second. So, I walk her up yesterday morning, get there at 7:59, and it was freezing. I mean, it was too cold to snow yesterday. Usually if it gets well, no, I wouldn't say it was too cold to snow. It had snowed the night before, but it was really cold, and it's cold today too, which pissed me off. So yesterday, we got there at 7:59 at the bus stop. 7:59, and it's not supposed to come till 8:06. Okay? And we stand there, and we stand there, and we stand there, and we stand there. Luckily, Autumn was playing in the snow, so she didn't really care too much. Well, she wasn't, really playing in the snow, but because I didn't want her to get her clothes wet, but she was walking around and, cracking the ice in the puddles and that kind of stuff. She was playing, so it wasn't a big deal. But then she started getting cold, so I pulled out my phone, and I'm like, yeah, we have been here for a while, haven't we? And it was 25 after when I checked my phone. I hadn't even realized that we had been waiting that long because I was just watching her play. Needless to say, the bus never shows up. We come back home at 8:35. 8:35. We left this house at 7:55. My daughter was outside for 45 minutes. We have 1/3 of a mile, 1/3 of a mile walk up, and 1/3 of a mile walk back. And she was up there for 35 minutes, or 40 minutes. Yeah. Fucking mad. So I call the bus garage, and every time I call there, they treat me like I'm stupid for even bitching about this stuff. And I'm like, can you not understand where I'm coming from? The guy that answers the phone up there, actually, I just thought of something. Seriously, I need to get a hold of somebody because the person that answers the phone at the bus garage sounds just like somebody here on YouTube that lives in the same state as me. I wonder if it's him. Anyways, so they always kind of act, just kind of let it roll off their back whenever I call. And he's like, okay, well, we'll try to get, I'm like, can they call me when they're running late? Or yesterday they said that there was a substitute, so he must have come through early. And I'm like, okay, well, can you guys give me a courtesy call? Let me know something, like if they're running a little bit ahead of schedule, can they call me, a little bit in advance and let me know? I don't know how they would know if they're going to be early, but he's like, well, they can't use the phone on the bus. I'm like, okay, but there's a bus aide on her bus. And he's like, she's not allowed to use her phone either. And I'm like, okay, can the bus garage call me then and let me know? Especially if they're running late is more what I would want to know. If I go up too late and it's still their fault kind of for coming too early, because when you have a good bit of a walk up there, you have to have consistency. Because we can't stand outside in the wintertime for an hour in case they decide to come earlier or in case they decide to come late. That's not how it works. You need consistency. And he was doing good there for a while. She hasn't missed any days because of the bus for 3 weeks until yesterday. And yesterday it wasn't even his fault. It was a substitute. So they must have came through because if I'm on my hill, I can hear it because we live in a hollow. So, down in a holler. So I can hear the bus brakes echo, the squealing. I can hear it echo all the way down through here. And I'm telling you, we left here at 7:55. That bus did not come through. He said there was a substitute, so they must have been really stinking early. They must have been 15 minutes early. So anyways, talked to him yesterday. They said, oh, well, we'll try to figure something out. And there for a minute, I was thinking about making him come all the way down in here and picking her up, If I'm not going to know what time to get her there, then y'all can just come to my door and she don't have to stand outside. But I can't stay. I'm not persistent enough. I feel like I'm bothering people, so I usually just give up on things because I don't want to bother anybody or make anybody mad, or I don't want to step on any toes. And I really need to stop being like that, especially for my kids. Now, if it was something like really bad, like I'd be a fucking mama bear. Not a mama bear. I would be a mama wolf in that case. But stuff like that, I don't know. So anyways, this morning, we get up there at 8:04 because Autumn was dilly-dallying, walking up the hill, and I was like, oh, God, I hope they didn't have that substitute again, because she just wasn't wanting to walk, and walking up the hill, I can't carry her once we get so far up the hill. It's steep. So we get up there. It was actually 8:02 when we got to the mailboxes where I could see the road. So once we hit the mailboxes, I'm not so worried, because I'm like, you know, they'll see us if they stop and let us run up to the bus. So once we get there, it was about 8:02 when we got to the mailboxes. So I was like, man, I hope we didn't miss the bus again. So we stand there and we wait, and we stand there and we wait, and we stand there and we wait. It was almost 8:20. It was like 8:17, and I'm like, at 8:20, we're going to go back home, because obviously they came early, and I don't know what they don't understand about they need to be consistent. About that time, here comes the bus at 8:20. So it was 15 minutes late today. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? So then, at about 10:30 this morning, the school calls. And I answer the phone, and I'm like, oh, God, that's not good, you know? So I answer the phone, and it says, oh, your child is absent from school today. So I called there, and I said, oh, no, she's not. And they were like, oh, well, let us call. I said, she got on the bus, so she better be there. So they go and check, and they get back on. They're like, oh, yeah, she was marked absent because the bus was so late that the absent notice, or the attendance, was already turned in for the day. That's how late her bus is. And I told them, because I've told them a million times, and I'm glad to know that they believe me now, because I've told them this quite a few times, and I don't know that they've put together that my daughter rides that bus that's always, well, obviously they have to know that that's the bus, but whenever I call into the office, I don't think they're understanding that I'm calling about the little girl that's late every day. But anyways, so I was talking to them, and I'm like, they said they were going to try to figure something out, but they never take me seriously. This is ridiculous. She's already missed days because she's been sick, and now on top of this, I don't want to get in trouble, first off, because parents can get in trouble if their kids miss too much school. She hasn't missed that much school, but she's missed school. What if she gets freaking pneumonia or something? Then she will have missed a lot of school, on top of it. So, not only that, but then comes the question, how many days has she been marked absent, and I didn't know to call in and get it fixed? And now she's got absences that, for times she probably wasn't even absent, because the bus was so late. There's been times that the bus didn't get here until one morning it was 8:40 when the bus came. 8:40. So, she said that the vice principal is going to get a hold of the Board of Education. We're going to see what we can do about it. But then come to find out, it's not even the bus driver's fault. There's like 10 or 12 elementary schools in my county, and there's like 3 special education buses. And she's on special education bus because they have aides on those buses, and when she first started going to school, she would not sit in her seat. She wanted to get up and jump around, jump in the seat, and this and that, and just wasn't safe. So they just went ahead and put her on that bus. But come to find out, each kid that gets on that bus, because there's like 6 or 7 kids that get on that bus, the reason why they've been coming so late is because they put another kid en route, and this kid lives, not on the way. And they only have 3 special education buses for like 10 or 12 elementary schools in my county. So her bus has to go all these different places to go get all these little kids and then drop them off at different schools. So it's no late that, you know, somebody's going to end up late every morning. And, you know, and it's not just with her, but all the kids. Not just because she's not actually in special education, because she's in regular classes, but even the kids that aren't in the special education classes, they deserve to be at school just as much as kids that are in normal classes. Just because they're on a special education bus does not mean that them being at school is any less important than a normal child. And if they really feel that way, that, you know, special education buses aren't as important because, you know, however they think, you guys know what I mean, then shame on them. Because those kids deserve to learn just like any other child. So anyways, I'm pissed off about that. We're going to get it figured out, though, and I'll give you guys an update. So the second thing I want to talk about, because I'm already at 15:44, second thing I want to talk about is I wish people would mind their own damn business when it comes to tipping creators. Listen, if somebody wants to PayPal a creator on here, if somebody wants to get something off somebody's Amazon wish list for them, if somebody wants to send somebody something, if somebody wants to do this, that, why do you care? Why does it bother you? Okay, listen. So, I have never asked for anything on here until I had to. Until I had no other choice. And believe me, it was fucking hard, even then. I was so embarrassed. I was mortified that I even had to do that. And then I still, you know, lost my dog on top of that. And I still have a $1,000 bill on top of that. So, it was just a bad situation altogether. But I noticed that whenever I got a bunch of support, there was a few people, and some of them aren't even from this community, so don't try to guess who I'm talking about, because probably nobody you're going to think of. But there was a few people that I noticed started treating me differently, automatically. Started treating me like, I don't know, they just started acting different towards me as soon as I started getting support for going through something tough as shit. They like switched up on me and started treating me different and starting to like make little shitty jabs at me and shit. And I'm like, really? I mean, it wasn't, and I noticed that they had done the same thing, but I didn't think about it back then because I just thought that, you know, but they had done the same thing whenever I got makeup in the mail. And you know, I loved opening things on camera. I gotta take this lipstick off. It's getting all, like, ewy. I used to love opening things on camera. But if I ever get sent anything again, I don't know if I'm going to even do that anymore. Because I realized that people get so jealous if anything good happens to anybody but them. If it's them, it's great. But if anything happens good to anybody else, even their own friends, they can't stand it. They're jealous. And jealousy looks ugly on everybody. There's nobody that can pull off jealousy and look well with it. And not only that, but, you know, even if somebody doesn't, you know, do, like, these crazy edits and this and that, if somebody makes videos, I don't care what kind of videos it is, if somebody wants to tip them for their work, what is it any of your business? I also noticed that, oh, poop, what was I gonna say? I gotta, hold on, you guys are gonna walk with me to go get her off the bus. Alright, like my kitty hit. It's fucking cold out here. I'm hoping my jacket gets here soon. Mike got me a really cute, jacket for Christmas. I'm hoping it comes soon. There's my weirdo neighbor. So yeah, so my whole thing is like, what does somebody else's kindness have to do with you? And why does it bother you? Because chances are, if they didn't do something nice for that person, they wouldn't do it for you just because they didn't do it for them. You know what I mean? If they want to do something nice for you, they're going to do it. And then you got these people that literally mention money every other sentence. Everything that they talk about is, I'm broke, I need this, but I don't have the money, I gotta do this, but I'm broke, I want to do this, but I'm broke, and like, nobody says a word about it. Nobody cares. And it's just so odd to me that some people, like, literally can't say anything about having a PayPal. Like, I literally just made a PayPal. I didn't even have one until that stuff happened with Bubba. So it's so weird to walk outside and talk to my camera because there's people and they're like, the hell is this girl doing? Screaming at her phone. Oh man. I lost my train of thought because that guy was looking at me funny. Yeah, just, you know, people need to try not to get so jealous. That's all. You know, when something good happens to my friends, I'm happy for them. You know, when you're good, good things will happen to you too. You know, be happy for your friends. Maybe something good will happen to you too. I can't breathe right now. Hold on, guys. I'll wait till I get up here. Well, I just found out that it is impossible to walk up a hill at a decent pace without getting out of breath. Anyways, yeah, just try being happy for people, man. Like, I'm always happy when something, I mean, of course, if good thing upon good thing upon good thing happened to somebody that's shitty, and I'm like, karma, like, where are you at, bruh? Why are you not doing your job? But, you know, this is like a job. I know for some people, especially like with channels like mine, I just get on here and talk. So, you know, it might not seem like any work, but I take the time to do my makeup, I film. Usually it takes me 2 or 3 attempts because I don't like, you know, the way the video went into on the first few attempts. So it usually takes me a few times. It usually takes me 2 or 3 hours to make a video. And so if somebody wants to tip, good Lord, if somebody wants to tip me for my work, you know, I'm to the point anymore, because I always used to pride myself and be like, I would never accept anything. But you know what? I'm to the point now where if somebody wants to, that's really kind. Because whenever I have received things in the past, I have appreciated them so much, and I use them every day. The necklace that Daisy sent me, I wear it every day. I never take it off. Unless I'm, you know, like today I took it off because I just wanted to wear this one, but anytime I'm going anywhere, it always goes on. I think earlier I said this, but I stopped making videos of me even opening things, unboxing things. And I used to love to do that, to show people how much I appreciated anything that they did for me. Even if it was a card that said, "You're an asshole" in it, I still cherished it because they took the time to think of me. Out of any person they could have thought of, they thought of me. So, people are so jealous that, like, anytime you do that, you get thumbs down and everything else out of pure jealousy. It could be something that they don't even, like, okay, say it's a dude, and they could get jealous over somebody else getting sent makeup. Or, you know, and I'm not saying that happens, but that's, like, that's what it reminds me of. Something just so petty. Anyways, guys, be happy for each other. And then the third thing I want to talk about is an update on my gabapentin. So I woke up hurting today. I woke up hurting yesterday. I woke up with my hip hurting really bad for the last 3 days. And I didn't really think anything of it the first 2 days. And then today it dawned on me that obviously the reason why my hip is hurting is because I'm no longer on gabapentin, and that's a pain medication. So obviously all the aches and pains that I haven't noticed over the years are going to hit me all at once, because I haven't had to deal with it for years. And now, you know, pain that I used to dealing with is like, oh my God, you know, it's a lot worse than what I remembered it being. Well, they say you can't remember pain, but I remember being miserable sometimes because my back would hurt so bad. But yeah, so there's just a little update on that. Got some pain, but that's really the only thing that I've noticed. But that's obvious, you know. Any of the pains that it was taking care of before are obviously going to come back. It didn't fix the pain, it was just treating the pain. So that's just something I'm going to have to deal with. I almost took one this morning, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. The only way I'll take one is if I need to. Like, if I'm in serious pain and an ibuprofen ain't going to help it, then I will. But I'm really going to try not to if I don't need to. But anyways, what do you guys want to bitch about? What happened to you this week? What happened to you last week? What's irritating you? What's bothering you? Let me know. My kids should be here very soon, so I will see you guys in another video, and I love y'all so much. Be happy for one another. Be excited for one another. And there's my baby. Love you, bye.